Hello world, look where I'm at. I believe I'm doing my best, and I'm doing the best because it's never been done before. That's what I said a long time ago. And I just wanted to say, look where I'm at. I'm at the library. I'm at the library after already being at 7-Eleven and checking in there with a job opportunity. And I just wanted to go over what is so important to know. So I am still trying to go back to work, right? And I am here at the library because somebody is doing something where I have to be away, and it's important to them, and it requires me to not be there for just a short period of time. And that's not the major part of the story. But what happened was, when I went to the library, I did forget my cell phone. So without having a cell phone, I can't go home. It's been 519 days without one. Hey. That was the librarian telling me just to head out in case any kids come, because I'm in the kids section right now, but it's not a big deal. I'll go over there and get on a computer in a minute, but I need to do this video in the most quiet space that I can. So I left it's a small library. I left my phone where I'm staying. I can't go home, and now they have no way to reach me. Nobody does in the world without this phone, which has a holdback of it. But the thing is, it's so key to still care, because it just is, period. It really just is. I'm trying to get back to work, and on my way back here, I did see two homeless people. One person had a shopping cart with all that stuff, that homeless people often have with a shopping cart. And I thought, to them, we have to assume it must be to them at this point. This is the best way that they know how to live, because they are choosing to still live. I also saw a man who was homeless, pretty sure he was, and he was on the street just sitting down, not with a lot of stuff, not with a shopping cart, but just smoking a cigarette. And I smoke cigarettes. It's not the right thing to do. But you know what? The point is, I don't sit down on the street. I never have. I never lowered my standards for anything. I have this energy drink. Now, I've stopped and got an energy drink when I forgot the cell phone. On the way here, I didn't know I had my wallet, but not the cell phone. So, I was able to get the drink, and I did. I bought a Monster energy drink. There are cheaper ones out there. There's Pepsi and stuff that you can buy, and I like Pepsi. But a lot of times for me, it's the best or nothing. And so a lot of times that means I will get an energy drink today, and then later, when I could have bought 2 Pepsis, I just won't have anything at all. It's just, for me, it's how it works. And, here's the big part of the story. So it's important to care. It just always is. Can't imagine what I'm going through, and then people just stop caring. However, I will never, ever, as long as I can help it, be forgetting where the place I'm from, McDowell County, West Virginia. The poorest rural county in the United States. And I want to insert this part here. The reason I'm in Denver, one of them, the most important reason, is to make sure that everyone's safety is best. Okay? The second reason is Denver, it just turns out, is better equipped to help me stay alive while homeless. It just is. And Mount Airy, North Carolina, Winston-Salem, North Carolina, Raleigh, North Carolina, Charlotte, North Carolina, Gilbert, West Virginia, and Charleston, West Virginia are all places I lived before I moved to Denver. 1 year, 1 day, working at a call center, and then I got promoted to work at world headquarters for Dish, a company that has satellites in the sky, telecommunications company. And then I became homeless after working 16 jobs, and I had 2 jobs the week I went homeless, because I was ghosted on by somebody I was going to High Point. Anyway, the point is, let's just examine order of the facts. My father no longer knew the difference between right and wrong when he made me homeless, and then I defeated homelessness. Then my father went to WVU medicine 3 years later, and he came back with titanium. And I mean that. It's just how it is. Okay? That changed him. I'll just put it that way. Then we worked together, which is something that only happened because I allowed it to. He already made me homeless. And I came back to him, and then we went to New York City to accomplish his dream. And then I ran the online component and a huge part of the ntacosta for McDowell County Commission. He was a writing candidate. He did not win the election, but I was working at DISH when election day was and when that happened. And then I got promoted and I came out to Denver. And then I went back to my father this time last year, when I didn't think it was going to be the right thing. And it turns out that Denver is just, it is true, my father is sleeping with a 7-year-old boy. I don't know why people are not more alarmed about that. But if I report on it, reporting on it is not enough. Okay? It is still wrong. Just because you report on it doesn't make something right. And I believe it's still going on. I have no reason to think it's not. He's never reached out to me. Okay? You want to talk about drugs? Drugs are part of the story, but so is WVU medicine, probably more of part of the story. Drugs are never the reason that I became homeless. Let me tell you exactly what happened. We called the manager at the pizza restaurant where I worked at. What happened? You know, during that time, I cleaned the bathroom so good that she literally was emotional and she had to go clean herself up because she was so amazed at how clean that bathroom was. It's just how it worked out. I have never, ever missed work over drugs. Ever. 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 Sometimes you need a release of something. I know this already in prayer. Sometimes when you have nothing else. Sometimes, but that day is not today. Today is a best or nothing day. So it's only the best, none of that. And it's just, you know, we have to look at the order of the facts. My father no longer knew the difference between right and wrong when he made me homeless. I know that. You need to know that I know that. I am still trying at 519 days. Already done something I can do to go back to work. And I'm already here at the library where I have to be, but also I'm still doing something productive after already trying to go back to work for 519 days and doing something already this morning. It turns out they might actually have me at 7-Eleven. The position is open where I used to live at the same store that I worked at 2021 after January 6th, which my father also went to, because I don't think he knew the difference between right and wrong. I do. Praise the Lord that I do. That is so important. And it is also wrong not to care. I'm thinking of two people right now who would be probably really good friends. And they're very similar people. Crystal Isaacs Roberts. Thank you for caring. Thank you for always caring. I know that you care right now. Penny Adams, former president of the McDowell County Economic Development Authority. Penny, at one time, you believed you could bring prosperity and growth to the poorest place in the United States. I have to still believe that you are still strong enough to believe in dreams. I have to. I had to try to believe that 7-year-old boy was my half-brother. I can't do that anymore. I held on to that secret for almost a year. Close to it. I need people to care. But they've never cared before. Because I left my cell phone, something I need to communicate when I don't have a home. I left that somewhere not far, but it was not really yet an emergency, but it would have been had I not been able to get the phone. Then I would have been homeless and without a phone and still trying after 500 days. We're gonna end this video with what my mother used to say. Two things. She said, often this isn't good enough. And every time that she could do something about it, she did. Always. I always loved that about her. Another thing she said, and she apologized to me after Thanksgiving, after she laughed at me for still being homeless. Sorry for the interruption. This is key to know what I mean. She apologized for saying be the best. She did not apologize for laughing at me for still being homeless. But I'm saying I'm homeless because I want to be, which is never true. I knew on January 6th, let me tell you the drug part. The worst I was ever on drugs, the most, was after I quit Dish. And I started doing drugs right before I quit Dish because they said, you're too slow. And I was like, I know what'll fix that. I was too slow, but it was already too late. There was nothing I could have done. I don't regret the decision. There's nothing, maybe I regret doing the drugs, but I don't regret how everything else that I did. When I quit Dish, I quit Dish. And then I got on drugs really bad, the most. And then the January 6th happened. So it's September 2020 to January 6th. And that's when I said, I went from going, I'm gonna die, because I knew nobody would save me. And then I went to, January 6th happened. That ain't right. That ain't right. And it ain't right that everybody else is, I can only think of like one person, Margaret Chicoetti, the only one who was just like, because your father went to that, that's not good. That is very not good. Well, everyone else was just kind of fine with that, pretty much. Deborah Elmore, I know you weren't fine with it, and I know you said it like didn't help his campaign reputation or his reputation in the community, or you know, it backfired or something like that, but it indicated to me, which it did, I think, you're right. Deborah's right. But I'm trying to use a lot of truth, compassion, honesty, openness, everything that I need to use. It's important that I still have all those things. It's important that I still have a heart. And plans to get a do not resuscitate order. But when my father went to January 6th, I knew that ain't right. It awakened something in me. It said, I'm not going to die. But I do think I'll probably go homeless, even though I'm trying all that I can, always will. I still went homeless. And I'm still here after 500 days because I'm trying. It's not for not trying. Nobody lives after 500 days without a home. Nobody does without trying all of the time. So I need everyone else to try. I need Penny Adams, Deborah Elmore, a boomer around McDowell County. What you all need to be doing is contacting West Virginia University, Dr. Gordon Gee. I said this already in another video. Call him, contact somebody there, and explain. Jack Caffrey said, Nathan, you need to fight like hell because the university's commitment to McDowell County might not be as strong as we want it to be. You need to fight like hell, Nathan, and so I am. And why I'm contacting or telling you to contact WVU, because Gordon Gee was the president of University of Colorado over here at Boulder, not too far away. He knows people, and I have already asked for the best of West Virginia. And my dad's painting of my Uncle Mike is the best. Nobody paints like that in under 24 hours without absolute conviction and strength of God himself. That painting does not deserve to stay in the hands of the most powerful man in West Virginia. It goes to Wilkesboro, home and birthplace of Robert C. Byrd, the longest serving senator in United States history, and the town I was rescued at when I was homeless, when I had nowhere else to go because it was ghosted on by a friend that I knew for 6 years and I had health problems. So we're gonna end with what my mom used to say also. She said, be the best, and she meant it. Mom, you never have to apologize for saying that so many years ago, so many times. It's the message that stuck, and it's the right message. Also, this is part 2. Just think, what else? I asked the person that I'm staying with this question, what would you be doing if you were me right now? And don't say, I don't know, okay? Because you don't get to say, I don't know, and I can't imagine, and then you don't also get to not care. Because I don't have that choice to not know what to do, not be able to imagine. It is my life. I have to do it. That's why I'm different than you are, because I have to be. Okay, you need to understand that. And you need to care. We need to call President of WVU, Dr. Gordon Gee, himself, He ain't God. He's going to get it. We need to call him. We need to be caring West Virginia about so much. We need to care. That is the right message. Celine Dion and that Power of Love song. The feeling that I can't go on is light years away. Sometimes it feels like that. Right now it kind of does. And sometimes it feels like you're going to die. It's just, that's what it's like after 500 days. This is the right message. Contact WVU. Ask them. Tell them what happened. I've been homeless for over 500 days. I'm in Denver. Say Nathan's tried all he can. He needs more help. Can you do anything? Please. That is the message. The right message.